All right, welcome back to Constant Sports. This is the Friday Five, where we're going to break down the biggest sports business stories of the week and explain what they mean. On our side, from Constant Sports, the biggest kind of theme this week is sports is becoming more financial, really more structured, and as we said in the past, pretty investable as far as the sports asset class goes. And so let's get into it. Here we go. $250 million sports investment fund is up with One Team Sports Partners and Entrust Global as they just launched this new fund. This institutional capital is entering the sports spot, and it's becoming structured for, as like I said, this sports asset as a class with these early stage startups, growth stage sports businesses, media tech, real estate, kind of all the above. From the report, they already have 77 million of that committed and ready to rock and roll. And so as we see more and more companies get involved, it's becoming more of a portfolio strategy where they have these platforms, infrastructure, and companies that sit around kind of this ecosystem. So sports investing is moving from deals now to funds. The Masters strategy. The Masters continues to be one of the most interesting business models in sports. They intentionally limit sponsorships, inventory, media access, and commercial expansion, and that's the strategy. Really, it's focusing, on a few key concepts, and we're in the sports spot now where the world is chasing more games, more ads, more revenue. Augusta wins because it does less, even with the revenue or the money that you have to spend at the food spots to get a hot dog and a beer and things like that. So they have this premium positioning, brand control, scarcity plays a big part in this model, and then obviously the long-term equity. So scarcity isn't just a constraint; it can be a huge pricing strategy. Story number 3 is prediction markets rising. As we're getting closer and closer to the center of sports conversation, these prediction markets, Kalshi, continues to gain momentum legally and publicly, as this core tension remains, are these financial markets or sports betting products? Because if they're financial markets, they scale nationally. They're building with the state-by-state regulations. And big regulation, obviously, is looming. But these prediction markets, it introduced something new where pricing sports outcomes is more like an asset. So prediction markets don't just change betting; they kind of change how the whole ecosystem is valued and going to be played in. Story number 4, similar to that, is athlete tokenization. As company Market and T0 had this new partnership where they're going to launch an athlete tokenization platform about the structured, investable financial asset. So the key here is if an athlete can be a value and packaged, distributed, traded, and regulated, then you're going to unlock this new category of sports capital markets. Instead of just contracts and endorsements, you get athlete equity, investor participation, market-driven valuation, and where these athletes are moving from brands now to assets themselves. Story number 5, Bryson DeChambeau and this company acquires Sportsbox AI along with a group of investors, and they're going to kind of continue this trend of AI sports tech where they're investing, acquiring, and controlling these tools because, especially now athletes, with this performance data, training, application, better than anyone else. They understand this game. They understand how it works. So to have athletes be more involved in deploying capital in these spaces is a smart play for athletes as they're becoming more strategic buyers and not just partners in this space. So to wrap up, if you zoom out with this Constant Sports 5, we have this one big shift where sports is becoming a real financial ecosystem with funds, asset markets, infrastructure ownership, prediction markets, regulation. So it's kind of where the industry is heading. And if you want to stay up to date on those things, let's make sure to follow Constant Sports. We have podcasts, a newsletter, things of that nature on our socials, so make sure to follow us there. We'll see you guys next week.